can actually make matters worse. Because this patient has now got some fungi there, I've advised them not to use olive oil because olive oil is a source of food for the fungus. So we just want to avoid that at the moment until this patient's fungus infection is completely eradicated. Generally, though, we just ask the patient to use it prior to attending, just the day before. So, but I've just made it clear not to put any oil in after the procedure, even if they find it a bit dry in there. So that's the patient's eardrum. So fortunately, this fungus just appears to be localized on the earwax, but there might be some spores that are microscopic, that's not visible to the naked eye. So we just still want the patient to receive the relevant treatment. Explain to the patient to avoid water entering the ear. I can't stress that enough. This particular friend, their daughter, who went to see an ENT specialist today, the ENT specialist reinforced the fact, do not get water in the ear. Because what the water does, it softens the skin, the outer layer skin, the epidermis, it macerates it, and it washes away all the natural oils that are almost like a veneer. You get these oils and sweats that coat and line the ear canal surface like a veneer, and that protects the inner layers of the skin. When you get water in there, not only do you wash away this protective film veneer of oil and sweat that lines the ear canal, but you soften and macerate the skin, and the skin then hydrates, it bursts its membranes, and you're then exposed to the middle layer of skin, the dermis, and that can get infected. Fungi can develop on it. So water is really, really bad. And bacteria and fungi both, they love warm, damp, dark conditions. So if you've got water in your ear, it just gives that that humidity, moisture within the ear canal. It just incubates the fungi and bacteria. After the ear infection has been fully treated by the ENT, the patient's going to come back. I'm talking about not this patient, I'm talking about the patient, so my friend's daughter. They're going to visit the clinic so I can make some custom swim moles. So whenever they go for a shower or for a bath or in the swimming pool, they can insert their swim moles to prevent their ears from getting infected. And so that's the patient's left ear. It's all treated, looks healthy enough. Now, their right ear, they've been scratching at this ear a lot more, and it's led to the entrance being quite swollen and inflamed. There's a lot of edema there. Edema is just fluid building up in the cells due to infection. So it's just another name for swelling. And they've got quite a sharp nail, and it's just cut into the skin here. And that's just unfortunately going to make matters worse because, again, that outer layer of skin has been breached. That outer layer of skin is so important. It's a protective layer. It protects the inner dermis layer and the subcutaneous layer, which contains fatty tissue and connective tissue, at least on the outer third of the ear canal. So the inner 2/3 of the ear canal, the composition and makeup of skin is completely different. So skin typically has 3 layers. You've got the outer layer, the epidermis layer, which I've made reference to several times. Underneath that, you've got the dermis layer. And beneath that, you've got the subcutaneous layer, which is a layer of insulating fat and connective tissue. So that's what lines the outer third of the ear canal, the cartilaginous portion. The inner 2/3 is made up of bone, and it's only the outer layer of skin, the epidermis layer, that lines the bony part of the ear canal. And that's why the bony part of the ear canal is so sensitive. You've got to really tread with caution when